All right, I wanted to talk about something you posted. It's in one of your social media about bio things.
Okay.
Best pop R&B artist in Las Vegas?
That's
a bold claim, sir.
Well,
Bold.
It's what I'm saying.
Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to the local music scene and the people that make it, including me and this guy. My guest today, I met him at, this is another one of the Homegrown Songwriter Showcase guests that have decided to come on the show. I met him at the Strat on the Las Vegas Strip, run by House Savar, that unfortunately is no more, sadness, but I'm sure he's going to find another great venue, and look for more live streams and reviews of that. He is what you'd consider kind of a hip-hop R&B artist, and a ukulele enthusiast. And he has a current single out called Sounds Like Woo, but his new single, which is coming up June 14th, it's going to be released, is called Change Me. Please welcome to the show, Cameron Paul. Say hi.
How's it going?
Hi.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And welcome to Room 6. Yes, my dog says welcome also. So, aside from this interview, I'm also going to be doing a review of Change Me. So look for that after it drops, probably Wednesday after it drops. And so if you haven't subscribed already, please consider clicking down there, ring the bell, you know the drill. In the meantime, let's talk about you.
All right, let's do it.
First of all, how long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas half my life, honestly. So about, what is that, 14, 13 years?
Just dated yourself.
Yeah.
You just outed yourself.
Hey.
Almost 30.
Almost 30.
It's all
not
downhill.
30.
It's all downhill.
Almost 30.
All right. How long have you been in music, though?
I've been doing music, actually since high school. So, I started in high school. It was my sophomore year. One of my friends heard me sing. He was like, "Oh, you can actually sing." I'm like, I think that's funny. He's like, "No, you should join choir." And I was like, "No,
I don't choir kid."
I was like, I don't sing like that, dude. I don't sing like that.
We were talking about Nadia Martinez, who also, I have an interview coming out soon. It's probably out by now, but she's a choir kid too. That's where she started. Oh no, okay. I'm sorry, not Nadia. Sorry, Ronnie Wilder. Who also that's coming out. But yeah, choir seems to start a lot of people singing.
Yeah, so it started me singing, and then I didn't start. My first single actually came out in 2020. So I was doing like backgrounds here and there, or whatever, maybe even messing around on SoundCloud, but nothing serious. And then my first actual single, shout out Curtis Martin, who's still my producer today.
Hey, loyalty.
Dropped my first single with him, and the rest is history. So,
right on. Now you're also, at least once, you did Friday Eve music jams in LA. You performed there.
Oh, I'm doing that.
You're doing that. Okay.
That's doing that.
That's not a regular thing, though.
That is not a regular thing. So I do do a regular thing on Thursdays, though. It's at Pizza Melody is what it's called. J. Coldwater is this.
Where's that?
That is on the Rainbow, but the far end of Rainbow, past the Strip. And it's pretty nice over there. It's called Pizza Melody. We go up there Thursdays. It's comedy and karaoke. It's kind of the thing they got going on.
Right.
So they have comedians up there. It's a decent local spot. People coming up there.
Are you running it? I mean, are you running the karaoke?
I'm not running it. I'm up there. I go up there. I do a song or two, and then
you do one of your songs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of them to let you run.
Yeah,
on a karaoke show.
And I get gone. Yeah. So it became a thing. So I just do that
right on.
Usually every Thursday. Not this Thursday. Every other Thursday. Next Thursday too. I'll be gone.
Right. Now, for those of you that have seen the Dark Iris interview at time of recording, it's coming up. He actually collaborated with him on a song that isn't dropped yet. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that. That's on the way. He's dope. Dark Iris is solid. He produces his own stuff. He sings. He raps. He plays the guitar. He's a package. He's a package too.
Do we have a name yet for the song? Can we talk about that?
It's called Interesting. It's called Interesting is the name of the song. It's coming out soon. We're pretty excited about that.
Okay.
We're pretty excited about that too. Instead of an I, it's an exclamation point. So.
on the ing or the okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's more than one eye. So. All right, cool. So we talked about how long you lived here and how long you've been doing music. I want to talk earliest musical influences, as in what was that moment that little Cameron was like, I want to do that. Was it a song? Was it a singer? Was it a show?
So I guess my whole family tells me they always knew I was going to do music. They always knew I was going to do music. I didn't know I was always going to do music. I did always like stuff. Like I played the saxophone here and the drums here and whatever. Like,
so you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, I don't keep up enough to consider myself.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
But yeah, so they always knew I was going to do music. Music's been in my family too. I have a couple. Or like my cousin's signed. I got like another cousin who's doing stuff. My other cousin's on tour that plays guitar. So my family's really like, really into music. But I was always like playing, like singing songs or whatever, or like in the car. We even like as a kid, I remember me and my cousins had like we did the Jackson 5 thing. We did like a Jackson 5 parody as kids running around just singing Jackson 5 and doing the dance moves. So I've always had like a love for it, but it's just always just been a part of me. So like even when people talk about like, oh, is it like, I get certain questions like, is it hard to write a song or is it hard to do whatever? And it's just like, I just feel it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, and to me, it's not really I mean, for other people, they're like, it is a talent. That's a talent. But to me, I'm just, this song tells me that's what it's supposed to sound like. And this is what it's supposed to sound like. And I just, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah. Sometimes it is like that. Sometimes it do be like that.
Yeah.
I've had songs where wrote them in 10 minutes, complete.
Yeah.
Like I can picture all the instrumentation.
Yep.
Complete. And then other songs where you walk around with it for just months and months, and suddenly you're noodling or something happens where you suddenly like, boom, there it is.
And you're usually not even working on that one.
Right,
right. That's when you're like,
oh, the best is when, well, I have an intro to this song. And
Yeah.
I have the finish for this song. I just need the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a common songwriting thing.
Yeah.
All right, I wanted to talk about something you posted. It's in one of your social media about bio things.
Okay.
Best pop R&B artist in Las Vegas? That's a bold claim, sir.
Well,
bold.
I don't know any pop. I don't even know really pop.
That's why I'm
artists.
like, all the stuff I've heard from you, I would not put pop anywhere in there.
I do have pop songs. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were feeling some kind of way about yourself that day?
I was getting hyped. I'm not gonna lie. We have another. This is a super exclusive too. We have another song that's called "Feel." That's also coming out. It's with Dark Iris and MBK Doc. That's also on the way too. That's got a project.
Right.
But it was literally after that. we were in the studio and we were like, it's just
best.
It was. I'm changing it right now.
I was like, that's a Kanye moment. Is what that is.
I'm changing it right now, and I forgot it was even up there. I haven't even changed it back. I'm just like, that was just in the moment thing, and then
I was like, I can't let this pass. I gotta ask you.
You have to,
because that is just not only like the best, but in Las Vegas, I'm the best.
That's even my producer was like, because even in the moment, he's like, oh, this song is the, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm best. I'm just, but then the next day hits, and then I don't know if you're a songwriter or you artist, you get it. You're like, next day hits and it's still good. Next day hits, it's still good. But then like a month or two later, you're like, it's alright. I'm on my next one.
You can hear all the
yeah. You're like, it's next one. Whatever.
Right. So I want to talk. You've been performing. How long have you been performing? Like just as Cameron Paul doing your original stuff in front of people? Because the showcase, that's not your first time performing. In front of people. That's very obvious.
Yeah, no, that's not. It's been performing for a minute, but it's just a matter of working. For me personally, how I got comfortable and I got better at it is just performing anywhere I could. It doesn't matter where. It just doesn't matter if
open mics.
You can do this, you can do that, you can do. I just gotta go out there and do it. Now I'll have certain environments. Like we went to we saw an event online not too long ago. I don't know where it was, but it's somewhere on downtown. And I went in there, and now I'm at the point where I just went in there and I was like, saw every rapper, and I was like, no. like, I'm not going in there.
Know your limits.
I just gotta not even know your limits. It's just like, this is not my environment. Everybody rapping, I'm gonna be the one guy singing.
Or there's that, but there's also the school of thought that's like, Like, I used to front an indie rock band, and we would keep getting booked for some reason in between, or even headlining, these metal shows or these punk shows. And I'm not talking pop punk. I'm talking safety pins everywhere, black everywhere, denim vest everywhere. And I'm walking through with a bright blue shirt with Cookie Monster on it, or some funny shirt, because at that time I was wearing like those college shirts you wear, and I'm like, I'm the most metal fucker here. Yeah, let's go. And I would get these weird looks from them because I wasn't wearing the uniform or whatever, and I'd be like, excuse me, I gotta go do a thing, and I'd get on stage and rock. But I always felt like that environment. It's like, no, this is me being different on purpose. Yeah. Whereas, like Jason Mraz says, sometimes you got to fit in to get in. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. You're like,
yeah, you're like, ooh, not this one. But then sometimes I will be like, nobody's like, even for the Thursdays, for example, nobody's done. They're going up there doing karaoke or the comedy or whatever. And then there's original songs like, a couple other artists come up there now, one or two, but like, nobody's doing that, but it makes sense here because they're like, oh, it's open to talent, pretty much what it is. But as opposed to where we were, everybody's like, there's people in do-rags, backward snapbacks, and all that. I'm like, good, nice belts, and
Echo jackets,
and I'm like, oh, this is not me, because I'm gonna start singing, and then
you never know though, because when I would do those shows, my first band, not to make this about me again, but my first band was, imagine the Stones, Rolling Stones. Yeah. With Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam singing. Okay. So there was musical talent there, and at the time it was the 90s. So at the time it was, you couldn't help but have Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and all that. The grunge movement kind of influenced your singing, and I would do that, and we kept getting booked again. I don't know what bookers, promoters. We kept getting booked between punk bands at house shows and things. Yeah. And the bands were just moshing, having a great time, and they loved us. But the fans would be like, get off the stage. Yeah. We came here for them. Yeah. Because we weren't playing. Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing for the. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so maybe
there was distortion, but it was not like what you want. I get it. Yeah. All right, moving on. Wanted to talk about show memories. Do you have like a favorite show memory? Whether it was crazy or something weird happened, or you checked off like, there's my little R&B rock star moment.
Let me see. I don't know. Like when I get on the stage, I try to as an artist, when I get on the stage, I try to act like I don't. I'm just doing my song. You know what I mean? I'm trying to perform the song the best I can. So like a lot of it around me is, I do have a moment. I take it back. It wasn't for me. This is the biggest thing. This is my transition for like performing. I'm still working on my performance. But this is the biggest thing, is that I went to a show in California last year. And we did our thing. We were in North Hollywood. And we were performing. I was like the second or third. And I went out there. And I was like, my whole thing was like, I was hyping myself up. I'm like, I gotta be the best. I gotta be a best sounding artist. Best sounding artist. I gotta be the best sounding artist.
Best pop and R&B,
But when I was hyping myself up in California, I was like, I gotta be the best sounding, because I don't know, I'm coming out to California. I gotta be the best sounding, period. And so I could honestly say I was the best sounding. And this is when the transition happened. I was like, okay, so this is when I was like, performance matters over sound, because like, you making a memory is what sticks. Like, you could sound super good.
Now, when you say sound, you mean actually the audio mixing?
I'm talking about everything. My audio was cool. My sound was cool. I was singing good. I warmed up, drank some tea. I was like, we're good. This is the most important part. Everything else is... And so, at the time, I was still trying to figure out, because I'm R&B, so I'm just standing there holding the mic and I'm singing. So, like, I have to make a memorable moment.
You hadn't learned how to make love to the microphone yet.
Yeah, I hadn't learned how to do all of that.
And
so, yeah, I just zoned out. And so the guy, I shut it down. People were clapping, cheering, and whatever. And the next guy, I knew he was going to kill it. He came out. He was like, his name's Banco. He came out. He was like, that guy must be killing Vegas. He gave me props. That guy must be killing Vegas, because that was crazy.
And that wasn't the host? That was
the host. It was just a normal rapper. And I knew he was going to kill it, because he was just like, man, that was crazy. So y'all ready? And then as soon as he said that, I knew he was going to be the best performer there was. Right. So that's why I was like, okay, you can't just sound, it has to be, make a memory. Right. I mean, was like, this is crazy. Like, he has a go-kart on the stage while he's rapping. He's riding a go-kart. He's all marched up. Like, it was premeditated for sure. Like, his homies of his gang comes up all merchandised with his merchandise.
And see, that only works if there's a crowd, though. If
there was a crowd.
If it's 5 people, then you're just sad.
There was a crowd, too, but I was like, no, what? And then when they're rapping his song with him, there's a certain part that comes up. He's like, throwing money in. And then his friends reach in their pockets and start throwing money. I'm like... So I was like, you gotta be the package.
Teach.
You can't just have one.
That's right.
It was one of the most humbling real life experiences ever. Like, oh man.
Yep.
Oh man, it's like you could sound however you even Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson gave a moonwalking on the stage. Right. You're watching him do stuff. You're watching.
Michael didn't ever just stand there and sing.
Yeah.
You'd be pissed if he just stood there and sing. Right?
So I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh man, yeah. There is a band in town called Sheiks of Neptune. Sheiks of Neptune. Do you ever get a chance to see them? They have props out the wazoo.
Yeah.
For one set, there's like a little rocket car they ride, and they wear fezzes, and there's costume changes, and just all sorts of stuff. They give out these little like rings that you can turn on and do this to make them flash.
Yeah.
And to the crowd, so that on one particular song, you get this going on. And it's just like the whole thing. And you can't hear what the singers sing because there's just so much. There's like 7 of them on stage. But you're just like, this is amazing.
You're like, this is crazy. It's this experience.
Yep.
You're like, this is. I paid to see this. I paid for this experience. You know what I mean?
That's an important lesson for you new musicians out there. Don't be afraid to perform anywhere, and don't be afraid to put on a show.
Yeah, you have to. Put on a show.
Chris Isaac. You know Chris Isaac?
Yeah.
Chris Isaac. You younger ones may not know who he is, but ask your parents. He had a quote. It's like, I get dressed up because people pay to see a show. And he comes out like white, practically Elvis, in the jumpsuits. Mm-hmm. He comes out with a white studded suit and the hair and everything, and his band is all like that. And I get that. It's like, people pay for this.
Yeah, they pay for the whole thing.
Right. Right. So that is a really good... That's a good show memory. I like that one. I want to move on to favorite Vegas venues, whether it's performing or seeing live music. What is your favorite one so far?
Oh, my favorite one was the Strat for sure. Hands down. When I tried so hard not to laugh, maybe because I didn't expect it.
You're talking about Remix Lounge.
The Remix Lounge, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I didn't expect that for sure. It wasn't even like the biggest. It was cool. It was a lounge. It was relaxing. I got friends that do everything. Some at the Olive, some whatever. But this, I don't know why that made me laugh. But like you even asked earlier before the camera started rolling, you're like, did you bring those ladies that were like?
Oh, no wonder it was favorite. Yeah, this man he performed twice, 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
He performed 3 times over the course of I think 5 showcases at the Strat, and every time, the second he hit the stage, there were some ladies, and they were there for him. And, I mean, it was just amazing. I was like, he must bring them. Because the second you're done performing, the floor empties, they go away.
That was so crazy to me when I was just like, what, who is... And I tried, I'm on the stage, so I'm trying out, but I was like, man, somebody, what's going on? I'm singing What You Like for the first time. You've never heard that. Kudos
to you, by the way, because you didn't let it flap you any time. You weren't just like embarrassed or whatever. You're just like, that's right, baby, that's right. Here we go.
I was going over the road, but in my head I was like, wow, what is going on? But I'm just like, we got to keep going. So I'm singing What You Like. She's like, what I like, baby? What do I? I'm like,
I remember that. I think I have it on video.
I'm like,
I'm trying to shoot, and I hear this, and I'm like, it's whatever. Just roll with it. Let's go.
Who is this? This is so funny. So yeah, I did that. That was one of the takeaway moments. I think that'll be a takeaway moment for a minute because even when doing other shows and performing, nothing wrong with. You got to get out there and experience wherever venues. You get people that props. You meet people, you connect or whatever. But as far as like that goes, I was just like, who is like it's hype? Like she was hyped, like she was a fan. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. Like this is great.
And all it takes one.
Yeah.
My favorite would be for playing definitely House of Blues, the big stage House of Blues. That was a moment where I was just like, check that off the Rockstar list.
Yeah.
And when we were done with our set, we opened. Some kid in the front row goes, can I get your pick? And I'm like, check that off.
Yeah.
Here's my pick, kid.
Yeah.
I felt like a rock star. Come to find out, he was doing that in every band.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm gonna get it just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
A picture of everybody.
Maybe he needed a pick. I don't know. But no, I found out from the next guy who played. Was a friend of mine. He did the same thing. He's like, hey, do that to me. And I was like, son of a bitch. But to see live music, I hear Brooklyn Bowl is amazing. I have yet to set foot in there.
Yeah.
Because every time I thought I was going to go to a show, it didn't happen. Every time I was in the area and I said, I'm going to swing by, see what's going on, check it out at least. Private party closed down.
Yeah.
And then COVID. But apparently it's still open. Okay. So I'm going to try and get down there. There's a few new spots that have actually opened up. I never heard of Pizza
Melody. It's
Pizza Melody.
Just
so it's a pizza place, I assume?
Yeah, it's a pizza spot, and you go in there, you go down there, and it's
because we're always on the lookout for a new pizza place. Yeah. It's a bit far for us for normal, but maybe on a date night I'll take my wife. Yeah. She loves going to see me perform places. Yeah, no. We've been married 20 years.
That'd be dope. Yeah,
She's heard everything I've.
I know she knows what you're doing, but still, I've been with my 10 plus. I already know.
I did have a moment. Our second date. Our first date. No, second date. Our second date. We went back. We met in a restaurant dancing in a bar. I met my wife dancing in a bar. It was awesome. And I was the karaoke guy of Davis, California. Like if I showed up, everybody knew because I would show up and I would get up there and do a show. And the like they knew. Oh, makes him dry. We don't need to put the karaoke here, humble brag. So, and I would, actually go out. I knew where not to go to get feedback and stuff. Yeah. And I would just make these. This is my song. This is my moment. Boom. Because that was just what I wanted to do. Yeah. I wasn't trying to turn it into a thing.
Exactly.
I'm on a date with my wife in the restaurant where we met, and we walked into the bar, and this girl is there who I recognized, and she said, "Mom, it's the karaoke guy," and made me sing a song to her mom.
Oh my god!
And so I right there start singing Tony Bennett because why not?
Yeah. And
her mom is loving it because know your audience. And my wife, my date at the time is looking at him just like, who is this guy? What the hell?
She just started singing.
That's
beautiful.
That and the House of Blues were the two moments where I was just like, so this was like, nice.
That is it. That's a brush your shoulder moment. You're like, oh, I had one of those the other day. Just the other day, like at the gym, working out. Normally, what I do. There's an artist. I guess this guy next to me does music, and so he knew one of my friends, and so they're talking. He's like, oh yeah, I'm rapping. I'm doing my thing. And
your ears perk up.
And he's like, I'm like, oh, you do music? I'm like, that's dope. I was like, I do that too. And he's like, and my boy Brian, shout out Brian, was like, oh yeah, he's super dope. He's a dope singer. And so the guy next to the rapper is like, that's where I know you from. I saw your music video. And I was like, and I'm like, oh, that's what's up. And like to him, and then but in my head, I'm like, what? Like at the gym?
Get the pump.
What? Like. Imagine. He's like, yeah, you were playing a ukulele and he's a guy rapping and you were at a pool. I'm like, oh yeah,
that's where the ukulele enthusiast thing came from.
Yeah,
and I was like, is he really playing that in the recording? I don't think he is.
No,
because in the video there was a little bit you were off.
Yeah, but I wasn't playing. It was for a visual effect thing.
Yeah.
Same why like no emotion.
Because at first I was like, oh, does he play ukulele too? And then I realized. He's not in time.
No, it's not. That's not. No. My producer was actually supposed to show up, but then it was supposed to be the whole theme of the video. We made it work. It was dope.
No, it totally works. It totally works. It doesn't have to be in time for the whole thing. Okay, so being a singer, I wanted to ask. Normally, I say, let's talk gear. Let's talk, any tips for, new musicians about taking care of your gear or whatever. But for singing, it's a little different. Mm-hmm. You still got to take care of your voice. I know that.
All the time.
What is your go-to? Do you have a regimen? Do you just kind of whatever feels right? What's your I'm going to perform. Here's my list.
Always the choir, the AEIOs. Yeah. Always, but
blowing out the
always,
fingers.
But I do I just a lot of videos. I've watched a lot of either learn tips or YouTube or whatever on stuff to do. And one of my favorites is the S holding like that. So that's the right for 8 counts, right?
Yeah.
And then the F right after automatically because it activates your diaphragm.
Yep.
The control. One of the biggest. Those everything else everything matters, but that for me is like, okay, that gets everything going.
Did you ever see the movie The Producers with Matthew Broderick and Nathan Lane? The biggest lisp you've ever heard on a supposedly gay man in this movie, and they like get his attention. He goes,
Yes.
everything must be perfect. Anyway, by the way, June is Pride Month.
Yeah.
So, jumping on piggybacking on that, I want to say, what about when I got to perform? My throat, things are a little off. What's your remedy? What's your like? Is it tea and honey? Is it, nothing?
I don't even drink like that, but I used to drink. So I mean, I feel like drinking and music almost goes hand in hand. Like
when you say drinking, you mean alcohol?
Yeah, I mean alcohol.
Okay.
So
this is water, by the way. It's early.
All water. But like that's usually a thing to kill the nerves, kill the shots, get everything feel right. If you start feeling good, you'll loosen up or whatever. I would suggest tea and honey. Obviously, if you don't got that, just take a shot. Maybe a couple of them. They're like 2, 3, just so you're feeling right, and then you'll feel like, all right, I'm more relaxed. A lot of things. Another thing I learned too is a lot of people when they sing high, like falsetto, is like you like tense up to hit the note, but if you do the opposite.
Yeah.
Open it up, and you feel lax, but you try to hit that note, it'll come up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you can.
It's a little.
Every time I see someone who's like,
yeah, before they hit it, you're like, it's not gonna.
I think of AC/DC, and all the singers they've had sing for AC/DC. Every single one looks like they're just constipated as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, open the jaw and relax that, and just let it flow. And
it'll sound.
what was the visualization? Because I studied voice
for
a couple of years, and I was vocal ensemble stuff, so I know what you mean. And the visualization I was taught was, if there's a note, pretend you're coming over the top of it. Yes. Yeah. Never reach for the note. It's just like in I'm going to break a board in martial arts. You punch through it. You don't just hit the board.
You're like, I'm going to hit the board. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't hit back. Anyway, I probably put that clip in right now.
Yeah,
but for me, something I discovered doing karaoke actually.
Yeah.
Because that was my outlet. I didn't think I was, going to ever be in a band or a singer. Never thought I was going to do that. So karaoke was my chance to get my yayas out, as the Rolling Stones would say.
Yeah.
I discovered that, my throat, the allergies or whatever, my throat's real scratchy, or I'm phlegmy.
Yeah.
Suck on a lime. The acid kind of cuts through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would get a Coke, I would get ice cold water to numb things if I was sore.
Okay.
And I would ask the bartender for a lime to suck on right before I'm going to sing. And so it kind of like, it felt like it was just cutting away all the mucus.
Yeah,
and the
everything. The acidic. Yeah.
As far as alcohol goes, I came to that late. I didn't start drinking until I met my ex-wife. There's a lesson.
Oh, wow.
At like 25.
Yeah.
But I tend to like have a drink. If I'm doing a set.
Yeah.
I tend to have a drink beforehand, and I'll kind of like nurse it. Then I'll set it down, and I'll do the set. Because I get more nervous afterwards when I got to talk to people.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I may be, if I'm nervous beforehand, it's because I'm not prepared. But if I'm prepared, you might still see me pacing, just focusing. Yeah. What's the first word? What's the first word? Yeah. What's the first chord? What's the first word? Once I get that first one out, it all takes over.
Yeah.
That's where practice is, because like you said, practice, what was it you said? Shoot. Said it earlier.
Yeah.
Rewind the tape.
Yeah.
I forget what you said. It was like basically practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Even that I've learned. I had a band teacher. I took that away from him, and if I didn't take, I don't play the sax anymore. But I learned your lesson. He was like, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. I don't know if you ever heard that. Yeah. But he was like, he stole that quote from somebody. I don't know.
Oh no, it's a well-known quote.
Yeah.
It's also in the same school of thought as slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Yeah.
If you want to be good at doing something fast, You gotta break. You have to humble yourself. You gotta be slow.
Yeah.
And you've got to. It's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah.
And every time you start to, hey, all right, oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna drive you crazy. That is the hardest. That's my most respect for anyone who's like a shredder on guitar or doing the runs, doing the vocal runs.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
So yeah, that's so tough.
I always am like that. Isn't just you decided to do that.
Yeah,
that is something you worked very hard. Sage Waters.
Yes.
Both of them, they got the vocal runs, and I'm always just like, yes, because I don't do those.
Yeah.
Or if I do, I cringe. But
I do.
yes,
I'm not gonna like the people that could do it the whole song. I'm like, that's good on.
Good on. Yeah, exactly. Real quick, I just want to take a moment to thank one of my Patreon patrons, Larry C. I want to thank you so much. You are the official patron who sponsored this interview, so thank you so much. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Without people buying the merch, without people being Patreon patrons, buying my own. I have my own CDs out. I have a couple of those. All of that is available. There's a social media link down in the description. If you want to be on the channel, that's also the best way to get a hold of me, or you can email me. Email's in the description as well. We have one more question.
Room 6.
You made it. By the way, stick around. I didn't say this at the intro. I should have. Stick around. We're going to be getting a music video from him for the new song that just dropped, which is...
Change Me.
And when I say just dropped, I mean it's going to drop. I said that wrong. Coming out June 14th. It's going to be Change Me.
Check it out.
I'll be doing a review of it as well, so if you haven't subscribed, click that, ring the bell, yada yada. Last question. Let's pretend we're talking to little Cameron.
Okay.
So we talked about earliest musical influence.
Uh-huh.
What is something you wish someone had told you when you first decided, I'm gonna make music?
Ooh.
Yes. What is that one thing that is just like, I really wish I had known this? Not to say you wouldn't have gone down the road you went, but just like this would have been nice to have ahead of time.
I feel like a lot of people tell you stuff. You learn niches as you go. You could always learn faster. You could always learn slower. My biggest thing is just personally, if I would have just, because I'm doing it, but if you just like, I had a 6-month, maybe like a year hiatus where I was still singing, but I just wasn't like, man, no karaoke.
2 years for me.
No, nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and, bro, just keep doing it. Yeah, I say just keep doing it. It doesn't even matter. Like, it is even when I came back to it, it was like, because even I had lost confidence in myself when I was like, when I started. Oh, I need you for the background. People were asking me for background vocals again after like 6 months to a year of not doing it. I'm like, oh no, man, I haven't. You know what I mean? I haven't. I've been singing because of music, but I haven't really like. They're like, I don't know, man. I just need you for this song, and then I get back into it, and then. The second I do it, it was like on a roll. Like I did a background vocal, and then when I did a background vocal, I met a producer, and that producer was like, "You're dope," and that producer turned out to be my producer. But even then, I didn't, because I was on my hiatus, so I didn't talk to him for a minute. Then I didn't try to reach out until I thought he was ready. But then he's moved on to a different thing, so then I had to find him on social media. So it's a whole thing. If you just keep doing it, and you just keep working at it, you'll surprise yourself. A lot of the most successful people. If not everybody, grows when they're uncomfortable. You know what I mean? When you're uncomfortable and you're not sure of stuff, that's when crazy stuff happens.
The magic happens outside your comfort zone.
That's when crazy stuff happens. So even how meeting Hal was just like me working a double shift at a music event for something else that wasn't even supposed to, and how it worked out. It's just keep going. Just keep going. That's all it is. No matter what you do, it could be music. It could be, you could be a swimmer. Just keep swimming. Yes. Whatever it is, just keep doing it, because that's what you do. So, but
Dory was so wise.
Yeah, wise Dory.
And honestly, I can't say fairer than that. That is great advice. To me, it's like when you're in the gym. We're talking about the gym.
Yeah.
You probably have seen like the 75-year-old guy who's lifting more than you.
Yeah.
He just never stopped.
He's
not a bodybuilder. He's just strong.
And he's six-pack.
Yeah.
He's
like,
75.
Oh my God. I don't want to digress too much, but I have to. You'll appreciate this. I'm working out. I think I'm stretching, doing abs or whatever. I'm in that area of the gym. I'm not at the free weights. And old guy comes up. He looks like he's one of those like hyper milers. One of those guys that's just
runs.
He's there's like almost no meat on him.
Yeah.
But he comes with, and he has 4 medicine balls, and I think there were 2 of one weight and two slightly smaller. And he proceeds to do push-ups on the medicine balls.
Yeah.
Just balancing.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at him like,
Oh, damn.
nope.
It's different.
Just don't stop.
That's
so
different.
if we take away anything, it's don't stop. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
And you'll be the best pop and R&B artist in Las Vegas.
That's the three. That's the three.
And I pulled it out 3 times.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you for watching. Stick around. We're going to get a chance to check out his exclusive music video for Change Me. And thank you very much for just being awesome. Stick around also for the outro. We're going to be talking about that after the music video. Remember to be amazing. And I guess temporarily we'll say goodbye.
Yeah. Room 6.
Peace.
Later.
The world gon' change me. The world might change me. But if it changed me, no, I won't break. The world gon' change me. The world might change me. But if it changed me, no, I won't break. Left full of doubt, that's why they counted me out. The moment is now, articulate rapper with style. The music he making is wild, you hearing the sound. They screaming my name from the crowd, the speakers are drowning them out. Don't ask the amount, just put it all in the account. Got money I don't even count, you here for the clout, I'm here for respect. You coming to parties, I'm coming for next. They wondering how, with all due respect, I'm here to fuck some shit up for a check. I'm taking flight while they dreaming of jets, and they calling it talent, but I'm just assessed. It's the music I'm making, the people however through want it as much, or they're just as obsessive. Is this what success is? Asking these questions, the flow is so sick, need a tennis. Meanwhile, I'm having thoughts that some would describe as excessive. I gotta tell them all twice for those who ain't getting the message. If you are past in my presence, give props to the future that's destined. Yeah, asking these questions, the flow is so sick, need a tennis. Meanwhile, I'm having thoughts that some would describe as excessive. I gotta tell them all twice for those who ain't getting the message. If you are past in my presence, give props to the future that's destined. I'm gone. Change me. The world might change me. But if it changed me, no, I won't break. The world gon' change me. The world might change me. But if it changed me, no, I won't break.
I want to thank Cameron Paul for coming on the show. It was a great interview, and the music video was awesome as well. If you want to find out more about him, got links down in the description. If you want to be on the channel, like I said, hit me up using the email or the social media link down in the description. And if you want to see more videos like this, please click up there. If you'd like to subscribe, it would really make a difference. Really appreciate it. Please click down there and don't forget to ring the bell. Also, make sure you subscribe because coming up very soon, I'm going to be announcing a really, really cool thing I've been promising for over 3 years. I'm excited about it, so I don't want you to miss out. In the meantime, remember to be amazing. We'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye.
Later.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.